One stage is, I am soul and I am separate from body, but I am using body. And both are very important. Because if you want to be master, then in soul consciousness, you use your sense organs. I am in soul consciousness, I am seeing through the eyes. And Brahma Baba used to, when I remember first time went to Madhuban, every afternoon, like for an hour or two, Baba used to say, go on any of the rock. There were a lot of rocks around within the property. Now we have, we are near where by his room was a big rock. So we'll go and sit there and kind of internally, not chanting, but deeply going into, I am soul, I am immortal, I am soul, I am immortal, I am soul, I come from Param Dham, practice of soul consciousness. So one is soul consciousness is being master using my sense organs. Because that also becomes a karma yogi stage. It's a combined samana. So that means you are doing a lot of service, but having difficulty in yoga. Doing a lot of service, but still not that much soul consciousness. Because that's what really basically many Brahmins say. We're so tired, we exhaust, we have so much to do, we always have so much to do. Of course, life is meant for that, no? We have to do. Baba says nothing, we'll have more. When service will increase, more souls will come, you will have to do more. But because we are not able to integrate all three, so we always feel actions are much more than I am able to be in awareness. But if awareness within the action is there, so practice of soul conscious stage is really very, very important. But when I am soul conscious, then my features should emerge like angel. You all must be doing homework. I don't know if a point is read every morning here of being carefree. This month is to be a carefree king. Yeah? And this homework really emerged because when we were in Madhuban this time, so Dadi Gulzar once in a while will come and stay in Dadi's cottage. So even we all were very busy, but whenever she had time, we will go and spend time with her. Generally she doesn't speak much, but that day some of us were there, and within 20 minutes, 3 times she said, what Baba wants? Baba क्या चाहते हैं? Baba ऐसे चेहरे चाहते हैं. Baba wants such faces. So we said, you are one of them. She said, one is not enough. Baba ऐसे चेहरे देखना चाहते हैं. And I really was deeply touched. That means for so many years we haven't been able to be that image or that face. ऐसे चेहरे and chalan, activity. And she said 3 times, Baba क्या देखना चाहते हैं? What he wants to see. So then I thought, that means there is consciousness, but it's not emerging. Like today Baba said, if there is dharana, you will be cheerful. So if you have dharana, you are happy, but you're not cheerful. Must be something missing, no? So when she kept saying it, chalan or chehra, so then I thought that somewhere from that consciousness, we're not connecting with our features. No? We're not connecting with our image. So it's at the level of consciousness. But that level of consciousness should really transit, kind of, it should become. Like with Brahma Baba, I think you all are aware that, of course he is number 1 example, but excellent, what I say, if you looked at his features until end. Very cheerful. Baba's face was sparkling. 90 plus age, with all that responsibility, but Baba's face was always angelic face, Of course, we sometimes say it's like, because Baba, one thing Baba always did, as you all must have heard, Lord, that in history hall when Baba used to give Murli, then on the right side on the left side there was a translite picture of Sri Krishna, and every time he'll say, "This is what I am becoming tomorrow. Kal mein ye banunga." So in old age, what was emerging was this young child of Sri Krishna on his face. And you could just feel it, So in the beginning, when Baba, we will meet Baba in history hall. So Baba and Mama will come, there will be 2 cushions, they will sit. And then we will sit in front. So when Baba was getting up from the floor, I thought, well, I'm young, so I wanted to give my hand. He said, "You look at me as old man?" So I said, "Kya buddha dekh rahi ho mujhe?" I said, No. I was very new, but I thought, like you like to, even a lot of people these days like to help me, support me. I said, but I'm feeling old now. So I said, "Buddha dekhti ho?" No, I'm not saying you that. But he never had this thought about body. So what was emerging, the features of future? One is feature of fortune. One is features of future. Our features should be of fortune. Anyone looks, they say, "Oh, this one is lucky one." But if our faces are not sparkling, we not look that happy and light, and then we say, "Oh, something must be missing," or "What's going on? Do you have any problems there? Do you have difficulties?" So how do we completely, the awareness or consciousness appears in Chehra and then into Karma Yoga, in action. Yesterday I was sitting with some Nivasis, but if you really get busy into your task, then you are so engaged, you are so busy that you forget Baba or forget that I have to be this. But that shouldn't happen now. It should be such a, when I say practice, but one is grinded, other is grounded, in the sense of you had been churning, grinding, and you're so grounded. That means you're so natural in soul consciousness now. So when you listen to Murli's grinding, and grounded means your footage, means it's that's what you are in practical, not only at level of consciousness. A lot of people look grounded and some look like airy, it's like that you can see difference between when they're practicing and when they come into action. So somewhere that disintegrate. But now is the time to combine all 3. And I always keep Brahma Baba in front of me because many visions I get when I was with him and notice. So I was just sharing yesterday, just to combine with his personality, that, we take example, like we say, Brahma Baba was, or yesterday in Murli Baba was just saying to us that children should be detached observer. So in yesterday's blessing, Baba was first saying, have patience. Even before you are detached observer, dhairyavat, have patience. Then be detached observer so that you can be cooperative and bestow peace and power to the souls. So there were 3 things. It's like combination of virtues, combination of appropriate stages. So otherwise suddenly you you react and you respond and different kinds of expressions come. You look at something, could be judgmental, you could just come to conclusions. You can only be detached observer if you have patience. And if you are really detached observer, you are cooperating other soul, not let this one do what, I'm detached. Or I am detached observer, but I still picked on something. So what I couldn't do, which was necessary as a karma yogi, is to be cooperative in providing that soul peace and power. So that's how I felt that how there is a quality, there is a virtue, but when it comes to integrate it, many don't know. But that's really a subtle effort we all have to do. Because double effort, triple effort is not lot of efforts, it's minimum effort but good quality effort. If you really look like running, I'm soul conscious, it looks funny, What you're trying to do doesn't look natural, right? But if you had been practicing while doing actions, looking at someone, doing that practice is really missing a lot within the family. We are the ones who have knowledge. We are the ones who God is teaching. We are the ones who know the truth. But when it comes to practical life is different than practices. Practical life means a lifestyle, principles, disciplines. So okay. So practical life, timetable. So that's okay. But within that, the practices, I find churning is one thing, reflections also becomes our nature. But practices, percentage of practice, by the night time when you see, how many times really during day I thought that I am soul, Baba is teaching me. Once somebody called me, they say, what is your present efforts? I say, I'm paying more attention to seeing that I'm really, even I'm thinking in soul consciousness. They say, oh, that's the effort you're making, but that's the first lesson. You are still at first lesson. I thought you will say something miraculous. I said, that's from where the miracle happened. Because they feel if you are advanced, you will be talking about big things, and here you're talking of soul consciousness. They say, but this is the first lesson. I say, but that's the final lesson. First and the final is same. As good I am in the first, that will be the final stage. No? But first lesson is to listen, and final stage to be that. And you will, one thing I find in efforts, there is a lot of joy. Effort is not a pressure. Effort comes from lot of happiness, lot of joy. And really when you practice these three stages together, it's some kind of completeness. If you have seen the picture of trilok, three worlds, it's oval shape, right? If you see the soul, if you see Baba, all three, how can all three? Otherwise, soul world, then angelic, separate, then we are in corporeal world. Even if you can just have that experience 10 minutes per day, 5 minutes per day, even sitting and feeling all three integrated and then keep increasing, you will feel so happy. I'm just saying it. One Thursday morning, I remember I was offering bhog or Amrit Vela. So I had a very intense this experience. And it stayed so much with me. And as I'm saying, there is so much, like all attainments, we talk of attainments. You make list of attainments. You'll find some or other is missing because it's a long list. And then I realized that all attainments really can also be It's like trilok, like you are complete. So you start feeling, as I said, stage is soul conscious. Your embodiment or your expression is angelic. And in your practical life, you are a karma yogi. So somebody said, these days don't have much work and this, so I don't talk, I am in silence. Now this whole silence has become like a separate thing than practical life. How I experience silence is, I'm thinking, then I am very silent, and I start noticing that mind has become silent. I don't need separate silence. Even if it thinks in silence. Mind can also think when it's quiet, but quietly thinking. So how do we make our mind a silent mind? Doesn't mean it doesn't think, but it doesn't rush, it doesn't flood, it gets with the thoughts, or always in chat. No. Right. So silence really here is where I need to go in detail, I go. Where I don't need to be a sensual, I am. It's like you are keep practicing all powers, and that's become strength. So you can stay silent. It's a kind of achievement. It's not only, I'm not talking today. Or it's all right once in a while, whatever different ways we want to adopt. But why not? So, now, while thinking, I look at my mind, I say, wow, it's silent now. That means you don't necessarily want to go further. You don't necessarily want to expand. You don't want to, So as much we start integrating, that means be more natural into our life, more one feels comfortable too, and then, as Baba said, then it's long term. You can't be just doing everything and... So that's really this whole thing of, enjoy this of, now I'm in soul conscious, then my features, then my activity. So when Dadi Gulzar keeps saying, that's what Baba wants. ऐसे चेहरे देखना चाहता है. So can't we do that for so many years? After all that renunciation? That let God see, God have such faces. Can we do it? Yes? I'm not hearing yet. Yes. We can, right? So what's stopping us? It's just little bit, as we use the word attention, but attention on what? Like today Baba says attention on soul consciousness. What is to be angelic? What is to be angelic? Soul conscious we understand. Angelic, in other words, we say avyakt. Nirakar, avyakt and sakar. So nirakar, incorporeal, soul conscious. Then avyakt. So when we look at, why we go to Madhu when we watch Brahma, when we watch avyakt Bab Dada. Not we watch Bab Dada, avyakt Bab Dada. Visible but still invisible. And for me, we are fortunate we could be next to Baba, but watching is like, how he's present, but also how detached he is. So much goes around that little area. Lot goes on, whether bhog comes in and out, whether people pushing, rushing, whatever. But look at Baba. I don't think for a moment even he forgets what he's supposed to do. You can keep looking at him. Even as I said, lot is going on, lines, turmoil of different kinds, but is avyakt. Avyakt, in other words, definitely is. See, one is from incorporeal coming to angelic, one is from corporeal going to angelic. You understand? 2 steps. Sometimes from incorporeal you have to come in angelic. Right? And sometimes from karma yogi you have to be angelic. So when you have to be angelic from karma yoga, then you have to take a step above, means go beyond. Don't get caught up. Don't get, like you allow your mind intellect to. And then from incorporeal to angelic, there you are stepping down or coming in the middle. So you can be in soul consciousness, but now come, connect. And from here you are connect and you say disconnect. So someone said meditation is what I said. Disconnect, connection is there, disconnect to reconnect. There were a lot of priests and the whole board was all priests, all big guys. And so some of us were invited, so we were 3 sisters. So they say, what you mean, meditation is you have to disconnect. I said, but to reconnect, because that's the fear people have. So we don't disconnect, right? But what we do, we were very connected, we disconnect to reconnect. Like we have relationship with everyone, but in a different way. We spiritual, loving, not body conscious relationship, but we are the best friend. We have friendly nature. For everyone we have hospitality and a generous heart. So we reconnected in a different way. One time someone came to Didi and said, I am very troubled by this one's activities or action. And it was close relationship. Didi said, it's only because you have attachment. You are troubled. And she said, what? Maybe let's try to be detached. And she said it didn't bother her after. So a lot of things which we take because our connections are not right. But if you detach and then reconnect, because you have to can't get rid of any soul, right? Whether they love you or hate you. Because after all it's one family, so you have to have soul consciousness, good wishes, pure feelings for everyone, whether for settling or for creating, both ways. So I just thought that this was kind of new theme I had been practicing and going up. Feel like traveling in 3 worlds, no? Like we travel physically, but our spiritual travel is between 3 worlds. Baggage which you bring here, some things which you cannot carry. In angelic, from angelic you cannot even carry to incorporeal. No? You have to keep changing baggage. Incorporeal is a point, angel is with wings, and then karma yogi. So we cannot say that how can we do, how much to do, how long to do. We have to keep doing until last minute because there is body. You would want to do it. But you're doing it from the stage you're using while doing it. So that's where with Brahma Baba's personality was Nirakari, Akari, Sakari. In Hindi we call it incorporeal, angelic, and a karma yogi. Brahma Baba, before leaving body, 8:45, he came in class, he gave Murli and then said goodbye. So that means action was still there, thinking was still there, and everything was still there. But he had already reached to a stage, angelic stage, but going to home. That means also in corporeal stage. Right? So that's what you all can think of little bit and see how it could help. And it's always nice to be with the family here. It's like you come for your passport stamp here every year. You have to get stamped now. When we go to Madhuban every year, twice a year, Sugyan Sarovar Nivasis, Pandavavan, Shantivan. So when I read Murli or do anything, so they kind of give you certificate. And they say, yeah, you did this very good. This morning we felt it. So you have to get certificate. No? So we come to London also for our certificate. Definitely to meet family and sharing that this time, call of time, our topic is little bit on what we saying it in the word Vairagya, but we saying in English differently. And I had been reflecting a lot on how to explain to new people, how to explain those who really philosophically or according to, old wisdom, they understand things, and the way Baba explains us. A very interesting topic. So I won't take that topic because still I have 3-4 days. But yesterday I was sharing that four words you can think on. Because see, whole interplay is between soul and matter, right? And those who really understand this play of soul and matter, role of the soul and the matter, which could be body, material things, your home, your job, whatever. And within that, first is like Brahma Baba had a lot of interest in everything. You ask Baba which is the best mango, which is the best material for dress, everything. That's what he taught us actually. When we came, he learned from Baba how to keep bananas. Some people keep bananas like this, some keep it like this. No? Which is the right way. No, sometimes you put bunch flat, sometimes you put other way round. Other way. No? With Brahma Baba, of course, other way. But there was a little rope they used to hang bananas. Little bananas. Baba used to love them. Special bananas, they call it. Apple, banana, or whatever. So the care, interest was there, every little thing. And then second is what we call is engaged, interest of intellect, engaged, then you engage yourself. And then you get involved. And then you get, what's the fourth one? Indulge. Then you start indulging because then it's your greed, then it's becoming your desire. And so from interest it's becoming engaged. So you have to keep checking how. But why my intellect is so engaged in that? Do whatever, but it keeps going back and forth. Interest, then engage, occupy, then involve. Like now your emotions, your feelings, and with every material thing we have our own emotions now. And fourth is indulgence. That means you're only after that. That's what becomes your hobby, that's become your passion. And so how to have interest, because that's important, but not become. So when it's indulgence, now you need to have vairagya. No? So vairagya is not leaving something or distaste. We translate like this, but it's a very deep understanding of, in a sato-pradhan way, using everything. In a very sato-pradhan, pure way, you use everything. Baba also ate, Baba also loved this, he used to love everything good. Honestly, everything, clean place, clean this. And our places are symbolic of what Baba liked, isn't it? All our centers are symbolic of what Brahma Baba set example. So when deeply within, whether it is mind or intellect, if we keep watching, and that is why sometimes there is renunciation, tapasya, but less of vairagya, means there is not yet full understanding of relationship with the matter, where you should be master. Chasing really means, again, your intellect is going for it. Why should I be chasing? It should follow me now. If there is a pure thought, everything get created. But if it is not, you want to create, so you keep going after it. No? Brahmin experiences pure thought means everything just get created. Resources will happen, everything, because it's pure thought. But when it's desire, then you can keep running after that. And then you find ultimately got it done, but there was not that experience. So you can churn. So next weekend we have that. So see how it goes. Om Shanti. Huh? Okay, she will sing few lines and we remember Baba. She doesn't want to say much.
तेरे एहसान का बदला चुकाया जा नहीं सकता, तेरे एहसान का बदला चुकाया जा नहीं सकता। प्यार ऐसा दिया तूने बुलाया जा नहीं सकता, तेरे एहसान का बदला चुकाया जा नहीं सकता। अगर मुझको न मिलता तो मेरा मुश्किल गुजारा था, जो पहुँचा है बुलंदी पर वो एक टूटा सितारा था। तेरी उल्फत को इस दिल से भुलाया जा नहीं सकता। प्यार ऐसा दिया तूने भुलाया जा नहीं सकता। मेरी हर श्वास पर बाबा फकत अधिकार तेरा है, मिला जो भी मिला तुझसे, मेरा क्या था जो मेरा है। दे तुझे दुनिया की दौलत से रिझाया जा नहीं सकता। प्यार ऐसा दिया तूने भुलाया जा नहीं सकता। बड़ी ऊंची तेरी महिमा, बड़ी छोटी जुबां मेरी, तेरा गुणगान कर पाऊं ये हस्ती है कहाँ मेरी। तेरी रहमत को इस दिल से भुलाया जा नहीं सकता। प्यार ऐसा दिया तूने भुलाया जा नहीं सकता, तेरे